Wakanda is a nation of warriors, a kingdom built on Vibranium, ruled by kings, and defended by the legendary Black Panther. But for every hero, there must be a villain. Those who challenge the throne, test the strength of its rulers, and threaten the very foundation of Wakanda itself. Over the years, T'Challa has faced some of the deadliest foes in the Marvel Universe. From warlords to cosmic titans, from mystic sorcerers to ruthless conquerors. But who among them stands as the strongest? Today, we're ranking the 10 most powerful villains to ever challenge the Black Panther, ranked by pure strength, raw power, and their ability to push Wakanda's protector to his limits. Stay with me, because number 1 might just shock you. 10. White Wolf, the exiled brother. We start our list with a villain who isn't just an enemy to T'Challa, he's family. Hunter, also known as the White Wolf, was the adopted brother of T'Challa, raised in Wakanda after his parents died in a plane crash. But despite being brought up in the royal family, he was always seen as an outsider. Consumed by jealousy and resentment, Hunter became the leader of Wakanda's secret police, the Hatut Zarazi, an elite force known for their brutal and merciless tactics. When T'Challa disbanded them for their excessive violence, Hunter turned against his own brother, becoming a rogue warrior who uses Wakanda's own tactics against it. While he doesn't have superhuman strength, his mastery of combat, military strategy, and espionage makes him a formidable enemy. He's a man who knows Wakanda inside and out, making him one of T'Challa's most dangerous human enemies. And in the MCU, the White Wolf title was given to Bucky Barnes. Could we see him become a Black Panther villain one day? And 9. Eric Killmonger, the vengeful challenger. You might be surprised that Killmonger isn't higher on the list, but hear me out. While he is one of T'Challa's greatest foes, Killmonger's strength comes more from his mind and his sheer willpower than from superhuman abilities. Born as Ninja Daka, his entire life was shaped by loss, rage, and the burning desire to reclaim what was taken from his family. In both the comics and the MCU, Killmonger is a warrior without equal, trained in military combat, strategy, and political manipulation. In the film, he defeats T'Challa in ritual combat, proving himself the superior fighter, at least under normal circumstances. But in the comics, Killmonger is even more dangerous. After consuming a synthetic version of the heart-shaped herb, he gains superhuman strength, agility, and durability, making him nearly as powerful as the Black Panther himself. He's defeated T'Challa multiple times and even briefly took the mantle of Black Panther. If not for his tragic downfall, he could have been Wakanda's greatest ruler, or its most ruthless tyrant. Hess 8. Malice, the deadly betrayer. At number 8, we have a villain who was once one of Wakanda's greatest warriors until she turned against it. Nakia, better known as Malice in the comics, was once a trusted member of the Dora Milaje, but after suffering betrayal and heartbreak, she became one of T'Challa's deadliest enemies. Gifted with enhanced strength, agility, and reflexes, Malice is a master of combat and deception. Unlike Killmonger, who seeks to rule Wakanda, Malice's motivation is deeply personal. She wants revenge. Her knowledge of Wakanda's secrets makes her especially dangerous, and in the comics, she has been responsible for some of T'Challa's most personal losses. She proves that sometimes the greatest enemies come from within. 7. The Man-Ape. In the MCU, M'Baku is a fierce warrior and eventual ally of T'Challa, but in the comics, he is one of the Black Panther's oldest and most persistent enemies. M'Baku, also known as Man-Ape, is the leader of the White Gorilla Cult, a faction that rejects Wakanda's worship of Bast and instead follows the ancient gorilla god, Gekri. By consuming the flesh of a rare white gorilla, M'Baku gains superhuman strength, enhanced durability, and animalistic reflexes. His brute force makes him one of the physically strongest Wakandans, capable of going toe-to-toe with T'Challa without the need for vibranium weapons or enhancements. While he's often been portrayed as an anti-hero, his sheer power and battle skills cement him as one of Wakanda's mightiest warriors. 6. Claw, the Sound Monster. Ulysses Claw is one of Black Panther's most iconic foes. Originally a greedy weapons dealer, Claw was transformed into a being of pure sound energy after an experiment with vibranium went horribly wrong. In this form, Claw is practically immortal. He doesn't age, doesn't need to eat or breathe, and can reshape his body at will. His sonic weaponry can shatter buildings, and he can generate devastating shockwaves powerful enough to challenge entire armies. His vibranium-powered attacks make him one of T'Challa's most persistent foes. While he may not be the strongest physically, his destructive potential makes him an undeniable threat. 5. Zenzi, the Mind Manipulator. Zenzi is a villain introduced in Ta-Nehisi Coates' Black Panther run, and her powers make her one of the most terrifying enemies Wakanda has ever faced. She possesses the ability to manipulate emotions, inciting fear, rage, or even outright rebellion in those around her. While she may not be the strongest in terms of raw power, her ability to turn Wakanda's own people against their king makes her incredibly dangerous. A single whisper from Zenzi can start a revolution, proving that sometimes the deadliest weapons aren't vibranium spears or claws, but the human mind. 4. Tetu, the Sorcerer Warrior. Wakanda is known for its science, but Tetu represents a different kind of power: magic. This rogue Wakandan warrior gained mystical abilities that allow him to control nature itself. He can summon vines to ensnare his enemies, call upon the elements to devastate entire battlefields, and even stand against T'Challa's vibranium technology with sheer magical might. As one of Wakanda's rare mystics, Tetu proves that science isn't the only path to power in Wakanda. Namor, the Submariner. Namor is a recent addition to Black Panther's rogues gallery in the MCU, but in the comics, he has long been one of Wakanda's greatest rivals. The King of Talokan, Atlantis in the comics, is a mutant with superhuman strength, speed, flight, and the ability to control the seas. His physical strength rivals that of the Hulk, and in direct combat, he has overpowered T'Challa multiple times. If it weren't for his complicated relationship with Wakanda, he might be at the very top of this list. 2. Achebe. If you think Joker is scary, you haven't met Achebe. He isn't the strongest in terms of physical power, but his mind is his greatest weapon. Achebe is a psychopath and master manipulator who almost took over Wakanda by turning its own people against T'Challa. He plays the long game, twisting politics, making alliances, and destroying from within. Sometimes, the most dangerous villain isn't the one with the most muscles, but the one who can make you destroy yourself. Dr. Doom, that's right. Dr. Doom has been a major Black Panther villain, and he's no joke. Doom doesn't just rely on magic and technology, he has physically fought Black Panther and won. He's one of the smartest villains in Marvel history, and in the Doom War storyline, he successfully stole Wakanda's entire vibranium supply, making him an unstoppable force. If Doom ever enters the MCU, Wakanda is in serious trouble. And now for the #1 spot, Bast, the Panther Goddess. Yes, a goddess takes the top spot. Bast isn't a traditional villain, but she has challenged T'Challa in ways that no other enemy could. As Wakanda's patron deity, she has the power to grant or take away the Black Panther's abilities. In the comics, she has tested T'Challa multiple times, forcing him to prove his worth, not just as a king, but as a warrior and a man. And in the MCU, she exists alongside the other gods, meaning her role could become even bigger. Because let's face it, what is a king to a god? Black Panther has faced some of the most powerful enemies in Marvel history. Some rely on brute force, some on strategy, and some on pure chaos. But who do you think is the strongest? Did we miss anyone? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the Marvel Universe.